Welcome, felicitations to you all. Welcome back, and it's 2024, our very first race in this time of the year. And right now, I'm no longer alone. I have with me the. How would I call you people? Who are you people? Introduce yourselves. There you are, the familiar voice of Flying Sane, and I have these two new beautiful young people. Yeah, but well, apart from you, I don't think you're young anymore, but still beautiful as always. But then we have this younger person. Hi, yeah, there you go. And I think we have one more, right? Everybody knows him. He knows everything. He's gone. Fudge. Why? Obviously a senior strategist, but yep, he decided to play democracy. Yeah, it is a beautiful track. It's very sunny. It's very hot, and it's in Africa. All right, just to clarify things, we are exactly in Kyalami, and we've raced here before. I think it was season 4 with the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup, and that race was infamous for me spinning out a couple of times and taking out other people while rejoining the track. Yep. Oh, sorry. So let's go ahead and introduce you guys again. How about that? Yeah, here we go.
No.
So, introductions once again, lads. Who are you beautiful people?
I'm just a random dude. Don't ask me who I am. I'm a jack of all trades. I'm a jack of all trades, Yes.
He is the very Johnny Sins of Artito Racing.
I didn't say that now. Oh my god.
Please put your hands together for Flying Sane.
I can't join. Oh, what's password? Can you tell me password?
Wait, did you put in the part? Is the track link alright?
Yeah, it's working. I didn't do it right.
Do you need the password? Yes, I'll give it to you. Oh, damn, I forgot that your name is now Reactor Tractor. There you go. Should be a good battle today, Kenjake, eh? Should be a good battle today with these two up front.
Should be, but I was expecting a higher turnout for the drivers, but I guess we'll have a bit more later on. Perhaps.
Yeah, it is the first week after New Year, so it's pretty natural that we had a bit of a lower turnout, but yeah, eventually, hopefully, we'll get a bit more turnout. But for now, we'll work with what we have.
All right, then. So yeah, how about the other guy here, who still doesn't have the track? Well, what words can we hear from the name of Reactor Tractor? Nothing. Okay, well, he's probably sick, dead, or mute.
Yeah, he's definitely unmuted, so he's gone. which gives us more time to follow the action on track, Kenjay.
Yep, there we
As
are.
we round up. There he is. Now, there he is. He's back.
Right, boys.
Alright, go ahead and introduce yourself, young lad. Who are you and what are you doing here?
I don't know, honestly. I joined 2 seconds ago. My name's Josh Mitchell. I am a one-hit wonder at Red Bull Ring.
Oh, Josh Mitchell. He's back.
And I'm also good at racing.
Debatable. Not on the same
Yeah,
also.
he just
But
had to rub that in.
Let's not get into that conversation in front of the public now, shall we? We can sort that out later on. But now, look at that. We've got about 13 people racing today, so not too bad considering it is quite a difficult track. So now, as we go into qualifying, Kenjay, what sort of race are we expecting here today, based on your experience around this track?
Oh, I mean, judging if things work well with these guys, if they're running close to each other, I'm probably thinking that it will probably get messy, especially right around Sector 2 if you're closely battling with someone through the S's, and especially the long right-hander before it. It's going to be hellish for these drivers. It is
Absolutely.
Yep. It is a track where it takes a lot of skill to get used to.
For sure, this is one of those drivers tracks. When I go back to talking about drivers tracks, I always talk about tracks where the driver can make a difference with the lines he or she takes, and Kyalami has to be a prime example of a track that he can take a various amount of racing lines, can't you, where the driver can make a difference. So today is going to be one of those days where it's going to be a driver's race. So yeah, I'm very excited to see how it's going to go. With that said, Kenjay, who is your odds-on favorite for this pole position? Are we looking at the odds-on favorite for pole position right now on our screen?
For me, well, I wasn't really looking at the timing sheets on the practice, but it's probably gonna be Slushy Cat or Naf for me.
It seems like those two are pretty much establishing themselves as the Verstappen and Hamilton of this season, aren't they? Over the last round or two. So obviously, with Azam not showing up, this race is going to be between these two to battle, which is obviously a bit of a shame, isn't it, Kenjay? Because how good would it have been to see the two Bruneians fighting it out for a win out at the front?
That is exactly what I was hoping for when I was getting into this race, but well, both Slushy Cat and Naf both have history between the two of them, so let's see what would happen in the race itself. But as we can see now, Slushy Cat is just starting out her hot lap.
Absolutely, Kenjay. Take it away. You know this track better than me.
No, I do not know the corner names. I mean, I've known the track from the back of my head, but I don't know the corners exactly. Yeah, but this was the corner that I was talking about in this long right-hander, where you said that this is one of those. Actually, it's one of those corners where you can take multiple lines and get away with it. But battling, I would rather have the outside line.
Absolutely. It's just gonna be a matter of what's your driving style, Kenjay. If you're somebody who likes a lot of oversteer, you're gonna have to shorten the corner as much as possible. You're gonna have to V off the corner. When you've got so much oversteer, you cannot spend any more time in a corner than you have to. And when you've got understeer, you've got to make use of that stability to make sure you're carrying as high an apex speed as possible. So it just depends on your setup and your driving style, Kenjay. I'm pretty sure you know that already.
Yep.
So this depends on the driver. So having said that, personally, in my experience with these cars, I'm someone who prefers a very understeery car with GTs. So I'd probably be Uing off this corner quite a bit. But people who are more well-versed, like Slushy Cat and Naf, you will see them really being off the corner. So, and look for that corner. You will probably see a lot of time being gained by some of the elite drivers there in that section. So as Naf is about to start his second flying lap. No, it's his out lap. So let's go on board with him, shall we, Kenjay? And show our viewers a hot lap around Kyalami as we go onto the main straight. Probably one of the longest main straights, isn't it? If you take out the fact that there's a little kink that he's about to go through now, which is technically turn 1, it's a very long run down to turn number 1.
Well,
Now
I
we go
don't usually
into turn.
consider that a corner, sorry.
Exactly. So we go into turn number 2. The goal here is to take as late an apex as possible, and then a flat out turn 3 and turn 4. And then you got to make sure you get a brilliant exit coming out of here. You can actually carry a bit more speed through turn 5 than what you actually expect, as Naf goes slightly wide there. And this is the fast part of the track, and Naf's aborted his lap, which is a bit of a shame. So we'll give our viewers another chance to go on board with somebody about this other hot lap and give them a taste of what to expect around this beautiful track. A track that I wish Ken J was back on the F1 calendar.
Yeah, I mean, looking back on those days with Ayrton Senna with his MP46, yeah, it's a dream to drive this track around here, especially in the Assetto Corsa where there's a really well-modeled MP46. Gotta love that Honda engine.
Absolutely, not just that. This is one of those tracks that, A, like I talked about, it's a driver's track, and B, if your car performs well around this track, this has got to be one of the best venues to go racing. So let's go on board for another hot lap, provided that VREC doesn't abort this one. As he rounds the final corner on his first flying lap, let's see where this lap puts VREC. One of our early championship contenders this season. He goes 5th fastest with 142.1. And he is also stopping, and they're all, it seems like, on a one-stop strategy. So let's see. We're on board here with Nito. Yeah, let's go on board with Nito. One of our newest members here at Artito Racing. So he rounds off the final corner to start a hot lap around this beautiful track in South Africa. Probably the best track in the Southern Hemisphere, I will be honest. We're into Lagos. As we go into turn number 2, as he's got traffic right in front of him. So that's what VREC gets out of the way there. Oh, and he doesn't. So, that's going to have to get looked at, hasn't it, Ken Jake, after the session? Because, that was not ideal. I'm not sure if VREC didn't see him coming there. But anyways, let's take it away now from where Naf aborted his flying lap. So this is where we get into the real fast bit of the corner, of the track rather. Turn 6. A bit of a lift, I believe, in these cars. You want to hug the inside as much as possible. Use every bit of the room possible as well. As we go into turn number 7, once again, you want to open up the corner as much as possible. Like we discussed earlier, one of those corners that you can take a lot of different lines. And we go into 8 and 9. Bit of a lift. Once again, the track kind of tightens up here a bit. And the curves are actually very brutal if you hit them at the wrong angle. But we are now coming up to possibly the toughest corner on this track. Turn 10. As you see, absolutely blind. And it comes at you very last minute. When you start braking for that corner, you cannot see where the corner is.
There mistake.
There is that little mistake from Nito. He's going to go in the pits. How are we going to give our viewers a hot lap around this track if everybody just keeps aborting their laps?
Okay, keep it here. Keep going here.
Let's go around here, shall we? So now we round off through turn number 11, which is where Nito, unfortunately, had his bit of a moment. We go into turn number 12, easily flat out in most cars. And we go into another one of the brilliant corners of this racetrack.
Oh, not
where
ideal.
You're kind of not ideal at all. Missed the apex by quite a bit. You are kind of turning and braking at the same time. It's a very big balancing act. Then you go into turn number 15, easily flat. And we go into the final corner, which should have been a pretty late apex. Onto the start finish straight, but it seems like nobody has an intention to set a clean lap in this session or keep going.
Yeah,
so let's.
I'll tell you what though about this track, I love it. It's just that perfect blend of being an old track while being just finely modernized.
Exactly, and I believe Kyalami in real life has done a lot of revisions to their facilities. And I believe it's a grade 1 track, so they should definitely bring this racetrack back on the calendar. I've watched a few GT races around here.
I love the GT races around here.
Absolutely great, especially the Kyalami 9-hour race. That's absolutely beautiful. So while all that's been happening, Kendrick, we've lost track of the pole position battle. Look at that, half a tenth. So let's go on board with the person in second to see if she can spring an upset into this battle for pole position. We go on board with the Thai driver into turn number 15, and we go into the final corner. If this lap is not good enough for Kat, she will get one more. She's missed that corner ever so slightly. Couldn't get the car turned around mid-corner and missed the apex ever so slightly, but enough to go pole. And that's enough for her. So now we go on board with the Bruneian driver. Let's go on board with Nap, and he's in the pits. That's it then. That's gonna be Slushy Cat on pole position by less than a tenth of a second. Would you believe it?
Yeah.
Unless Jesus can spring a surprise, Direct has gone up into third place, 6/10 of the pace. That's a great effort from him. We now see it's going to be all on Jesus here to see if he can nab pole position. And judging by those sector times, Kenjay, he's going to need the final sector of dreams to come anywhere close to that.
And yeah, that is actually true. You're not gonna get close to the top one there.
Not at all. Oh, we see, wow, 3/10. Who is that in third place?
Oh, he's aborting the lap as well. He's going into the pits.
Oh, he's gone into the pit. So that's it then.
Gary.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's Gary.
Oh, still no.
It's Freddy. That's Freddy. So that's Freddy who's managed to pop himself in third place, just 3/10 of the pace. So pretty impressive there from Freddy. I was wondering who that is because it's a very weird last three letters. I was like, whoa, who is that? So,
Is it the
but
new
that's
boy?
it. That's no. Freddy has been around for this season already. So that's it. That's qualifying done. How are we feeling?
Well, nothing new there. It's Snap and Slushy Cat both in first and second. But yeah, well done to Freddy there for being in the top three.
I think Freddy's got to be the driver of the session there. 3/10 off the pace from two of the seasoned veterans on this on the track like Kyalami, like we discussed earlier, driver's track. Great effort from him.
Solid effort.
And honestly, Kenjay, third might be one of the best places to start when you consider the run down to turn one.
Oh, we'll see. I mean, Slushy Cat and as I said before, they do have a bit of a history with each other. So
yeah, we do know both of them do not will not shy away from getting their elbows out. So it'll be very interesting to see when they get to will they make it to turn two. I'm joking.
But the real question
I'm
is,
only
will they
joking.
survive the first lap of just elbowing each other out there?
Exactly. My goodness, Arc 28 seconds off the pace. He needs to have a word about the 107% rule, doesn't he?
Yeah. Good thing we're not in Formula One.
Exactly. And Josh Mitchell there, 5 seconds off the pace. How are we going there, Josh Mitchell? A bit off the pace there, mate.
I was actually on for a 42.
Oh, shoot. And then you bottled it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine. Even if the first race is not good, you'll have the reverse good race, mate. You'll be fine.
Like, I was actually doing pretty well. I was like, oh, okay. Yay.
You actually feel like Dale Earnhardt Jr. right now?
No, I feel like
Dale
I'm gonna
Jr..
die.
I just
No,
have to
that's
put that
Dale
there.
Earnhardt. Not Dale Jr. That's Dale Earnhardt who passed away.
Oh, sorry, it's Dale Jr. Sorry.
Jeez, get
Dale
right,
Jr. is his son.
Yep.
Anyways,
Oh,
aside
wait.
from the NASCAR talk, yes.
It's gonna be a long. I'm just gonna dump the most amount of fuel possible.
How many laps are we expecting? If it's a 140 lap time with a 30-minute race, think how many laps?
I'm doing a one stop. Fuck that.
I mean, you should
I
be
think
doing
you
a
have
one
to-
stop.
Yeah, I think you have to do a one stop.
What are you talking
What was-
about?
I don't
The
remember what
question-
tire degradation was like.
I guess the question then is, are you willing to kind of put less fuel in the first stint to make up positions and then just stop early, or whether you want to fuel for as long as possible and make a shorter pit stop at the end? Judging by where you are, you can go either way and you'll be fine. So
Yeah, I'll be alright. I'm seeing something else.
Okay, let's give the rundown of the positions. At first place, we have the Thai drivers, Slushy Cat. Second place, Bruneian Naf. Third place, we have Ferdy. Fourth place, Virek. Fifth place, Jesus. Sixth place, Suchi. Seventh place, Ski Cyborg. Eighth place, Nito. Ninth place, Muhammad. 10th place, Joshua Lee. 11th place is Mitsushiro. 12th place, we have our very own commentary and driver, Reactor Tractor. And
he's an in-race commentator like they do in NASCAR, like when you're in NASCAR sometimes when you've got a safety car, they'll dial up a driver on the frequency,
I
on the
love
radio
that
frequency,
portion.
and then so Josh is going to be filling that void this evening or afternoon wherever you're watching from. So yeah.
This does feel like an all-star race now because of him.
Josh,
I
the
know.
COVID driver.
Yeah, mate, you should be isolating. Why are you trying
I
to
am.
spread COVID around?
I'm isolating my fucking room.
Hey!
Just stop swearing. I keep forgetting that. I'll limit it. Unless someone takes me out, then I may mute my mic.
This is why you need to engage push to talk. Nah, I'm joking.
No, you guys need to get all the wheel sounds.
Oh.
Alright, as we're waiting for the countdown to begin and the drivers to line up on the grid, what do we have to talk about? Because we
I'm
still
real.
Nothing to talk.
we got
I
nothing
think I've
to
had like
talk
4
about.
cups of tea today and like 5 bottles of water, so I probably will have to go to the toilet mid race.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Alright, 2 minutes. You can go to the toilet now, actually.
Yeah, I can. Alright, in that case, 1 second, guys.
So as Josh takes his wee, we have our drivers lining up on the grid. We still have another 2 minutes of countdown as the nerve starts to kick in, and you have to try get yourself composed and relax. Probably a nice sip of water before the start of the race, which I usually do as part of my pre-race rituals.
One thing I've learned over the years, especially when you're in the gym, is you just need to have little sips of water. You can't have big sips. It'll actually make you very
Yeah.
bloated and not feel as good.
It's gonna make you feel heavy, actually.
Give me a moment.
But yeah, do you have your very own pre-race rituals while you were back in your sim racing days, Sane? And I don't think I have him on the line. Let's ask him again later on.
Right. Let's do this then.
All right.
Round 3 of season 8. Season 8. Yes, I got it right first go.
I was asking you a while ago that what are your pre-race rituals before you start the race? I usually start it by sipping a bit of water.
I honestly am just playing out all the different scenarios of the first corner. That's all I'm thinking about. Like, I'm just thinking about car positioning. If I'm on the front, wherever I am, I'm thinking, what if the guy ahead of me doesn't get a good start? What if the guy beside me starts to squeeze into me? Turn 1, where do I want my car to be? So a lot of different things I'm thinking about at the start, but yes, what I'm looking at. But Kenjake, since you're the lead commentator, take it away for the start.
All right, we have 10 seconds to go as we await the 6 red lights to start up and the engine starts to roar. And it's lights out and away we go, and we can see Suchi there having a brilliant start actually, and they're just coming across the screen now, just still waiting for them to come by, and into the cake they go.
Seems as though Nat's got a really bad start. Cat's gonna have an incredible lead going into turn number 1.
Second.
Yeah, Birdie's into second and putting a bit of pressure on the side driver.
Joshua is getting pushed out.
V-Rex on the grass. Oh, not ideal there. Poor V-Rex.
And now he's going to make the move on Ferdy.
Yeah, Naf's going there for second, and he's made the move stick. So now order is third back in the top 2 between Naf and Slashitan.
Yeah, and there we go. And what is happening? What is going on on the rear? It looks like it's Prix battling it out right there. His elbows out, and it's already in 11th place. 1 position gain for him.
Yes, Josh Mitchell, pretty decent start there from the Australian. As you see, Mitashiro now starting to close it ever so slightly on 30 for 3rd place. Great show for Mitashiro. I believe it's his first ever league race on AC, isn't it? So, yeah, good showing from him.
Oh, it was a brilliant start from him, if considering he was back on the lower end of the grid, but now in 4th place, and there we go. I think V-Rex just makes the move around on Joshua Lee.
Yep, he's back into 9th place, which will do him nicely. If he can finish there, he will be doubling his tally from position 10, but I believe strongly that he's got his sights set much further up the grid today.
And let's go on board now with Oscar Piastri, or how would you usually call it? Joshua. Yeah, there we go. Slurring my words right away.
And he's got Joshua Lee right in front of him. It's a battle of Josh supremacy. Who's going to be the top Joshua this race? Even though Josh Mitchell's... Yeah, even though Josh...
Yeah, take it away. What do you think that they're going to do in the second corner?
Technically it's the 5th corner, so... you see, Joshua Lee just opened up the gap ever so slightly, so...
Oh, you have to speed up now.
Yeah, gonna have to just pick up the gap. You can see them battling quite a bit up there, so this will actually aid Josh Mitchell ever so slightly to just
I'm not a
close
big
that
fan
gap.
of this car.
It's very
not how I would normally drive.
it's a bit too stable, isn't it?
Gliding.
Gonna make it stick, I think. Yep, he made it stick somehow, and then here
Tsuchi's
comes
gonna make the move.
Suchi's made the move, and
he's gonna
he's
do-
gonna
yeah.
come up. He's gonna lose a bit of positions trying to make that move. Joshua Lee will try to hang it around the outside.
Cyborg.
And Cyborg and Cyborg goes up into 11th place. Josh Mitchell drops down to 12th. Oh my goodness, there's action everywhere this afternoon.
Exactly. Let's go on board with Tsuchi now. It's getting spicy with Joshua Lee after
Oh,
that.
I think Naf's made a mistake. Naf's into third. He's 3 seconds behind.
Ooh,
Naf must have made a mistake somewhere. He's lost 2 seconds to cat and a position. Not looking good for him as we now go on board with Sushi down the inside into turn number 14. And he makes it stick, but Joshua Lee will hang it around the outside, will have the exit traction, and he'll be ahead going to turn number 15. Great battling at the tail end of the points.
Joshua as well.
Absolutely. So, and once again, Suchi misses at apex ever so slightly, and now P Cyborg, who had a brilliant round at Monza 3 weeks ago, is now trying to get up into 10th place.
And what do we have next in store? I'm still waiting for the things to happen, and Birek makes the move on Mohammed. But I think it's the old treachery for Mohammed.
Yeah, absolutely. Can he make it stick?
No, he did not.
Right. Not quite. Birek up into 7th place. So, I'm just trying to assess. So we've got Cat in first, we've got Fernie in second, we've got Nap in third. Who's in fourth? That's Mitsushiro. No, that's not Mitsushiro.
It's
That's
Jesus.
That's Jesus. Okay. So as you see, Cat slowly starting to inch out that gap. And if Nap wants to have any chance of winning this race this afternoon, he needs to make this move on 30 ASAP.
Someone spun us. Yeah, it was Mitsushiro. Yep. Mitsushiro spun and is now relegated to 12th place.
Unfortunately,
making the move on Birek.
Yeah, Nito making a move on Birek, or I believe Birek is going for the move on Nito, I believe. Birek is going to be down, or he's going to go around the inside here. It will not give him position going into turn number 14, so he needs to make this move stick like I predicted. There you go. But if he can hang it around the outside, he'll have the traction, and he'll have... Oh yeah, he'll be on the outside there at turn 15, not the place he wants to be. He didn't have enough of a car outside, and now he's going to get overtaken.
Last corner.
Yeah, Joshua Lee
as well. He's closing in.
Yeah, Joshua Lee and Sushi looking to capitalize on that. A bit of contact there, but looked pretty fair to me. But now we go on board with Key Cyborg trying to go up into 9th place from 10th. As we see Joshua Lee also trying to make they might be going 3 abreast, they're going to third number 2.
But yeah, Cyborg was successful in the maneuver.
Yes, Cyborg's navigated his way around Suchi at turn number 2, and he goes up into 9th place. Now he sets his sights on Joshua Lee in 8th.
Plenty of good battles from these drivers today.
For the first time, this is probably one of the first time that we have a lot more higher quality battle at the back of the tail end.
The understeer's right.
Josh Mitchell, what happened? What happened?
Ignore that.
bit of a moment there, mate.
I'm not used to having to take that line.
Think about this, Josh. Josh, if you finish in 10th place, you'll be on pole position for the next race. Strategic pole position. Something to think about. Food for thought.
Cyborg now making the move on Joshua Lee, squeezing it on the outside. Plenty of squeezing.
My God. Joshua Lee was on the absolute edge of the right-hand side of the track, trying to leave space there. Incredible.
Yeah, I can't be the main commentator at this. There's too much going on. Take it away for me, Shane.
I will take it away. I'll ease off the pressure for you, mate. My job is the part-timer now. So yes, we go see here Josh Mitchell, or as I actually call him Oscar Piastri, Kenji. What do you think? It's so confusing with two Joshes racing.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Just call him Oscar Piastri at this point.
Yeah, our very own Oscar Piastri. So, as we see Josh Mitchell at the tail end of this pack. But honestly, Kendrick, with the way these guys are battling, with 22 minutes left in the race still, it's probably not the worst place to be in. As you see, he thinks about a move down the inside, but Suchi also.
I don't know what happened there. I don't know what's happened there. Ignore that. That never happened.
Mate, you've got
I'll catch
traction
up again.
control.
Don't worry. I know. I don't know what. I think I don't know. I got scared. I think the closing gap a lot there. Yeah, I think
Let's
the
go on
closing
board
gap
with,
there a lot.
let's go on board with Jesus Show. It looks like he's eyeing up a move on 30 for third place. So let's see what Jesus can do as we go through this tight and twisty bit. And shortly we will go into turn number 10, which we obviously refer to at the top of the show as the most difficult corner on the racetrack. So as you see, 30 going very wide there, Kenjay, taking a very wide line. But I feel like by taking that super wide line, he wasn't able to get his car turned enough towards the apex of the corner. So Jesus there, by running about half a lane lower, had a much better entry into that corner. As you see, he inches over just a bit towards 30, and you see he gains a monstrous amount of time on the brakes. So if he can keep this up, I believe Jesus now slowly starting to get a bit of pace, will be on the last step of the podium. Not the hardest track to overtake, especially in this section we're coming up to now. While all that's been said, Cat opening up a big lead out front, 5 seconds, and I'll be honest, Kendrick, unless Snap can work up some sort of strategy, the race win this afternoon for race 1 might be a done deal.
The contact is a huge contact on the main straight.
Main straight, V-Rect and Nito come together, and it seems like, I would like to say, it was a matter of someone pinching the other at the kink at turn 1, and it just came across. Like, I don't know who that was who came across, but whoever it was who was pinched a bit too much and caused both of them to head towards the inside wall, and now that's going to allow our very own in-race commentator, Oscar Piastri, to capitalize. These two should have a bit of damage, so I need to see what happened there. I believe it was a matter of whoever was defending just pinching a bit too much.
Yeah, we barely caught it on the broadcast as well while I was switching to them. But there you go, there was huge contact between them.
Absolutely. So this relegates them both towards the tail end of the points. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they do have damage, how the damage will affect them. As we now go on board with Suchi now, trying to set up a move here at turn number 10 as he goes around. Can he make it stick around the outside? That's the question. He should have the exit, but not the line. But he seems as though he's been able to make it stick, and he should have track position going into turn number 14. And around the outside he goes, and Suchi will have the inside section. Joshua Lee, no, I think he just ran wide ever so slightly. He's got stuck in behind. But Cyborg now hangs around.
Nothing happened.
Just gets some fun around there. Suchi with the position on the inside of turn number 15 makes a stick, and now Cyborg to go to the inside to defend against Joshua Lee, but Joshua Lee now will try to hang it around the outside, but he doesn't quite have the speed overlap on exit, but he'll slot in right behind to get the slipstream. B-Red waiting to pick up the pieces as well as we go onto the kink once again. This time around, no incidents, but Suchi should be safe going to turn number 1. Cyborg's having to run a very tight defensive line. Joshua Lee sends it around the outside.
You made too much speed, too much speed.
Just not enough track, even around the white track like Kyalami. And there's a bit of a rejoin. Yeah, I think Joshua Lee just rejoined ever so slightly, a bit aggressively, and that's going to cost B-Rect a bit of time there. And everywhere around this racetrack today, Kenjay.
Well, there's plenty of battles in the mid-pack as well.
Absolutely. So Joshua Lee got his elbows out, and even a track like a Kyalami, which is incredibly wide, just not wide enough for Joshua Lee to make that stick.
Yeah, I mean,
but he almost pulled it off.
Yeah, but as I said a while ago in the driver's briefing, that they have to take double caution whenever they rejoin the track. There's plenty of blind corners still.
Let's go over with Suchi now. He's only 3 tenths behind, looking for a move in through 5th place from Mohammed, I believe. So as we see here, Mohammed, as we exit turn number 14, where is Suchi going to go? He's going to place his car around the inside, going into this flat out. There was very much squeezing from Mohammed left just the car width.
Oh my goodness me.
There was, Kendrick, when I say you have to leave a car width in a bit, for the other car. Nah, just a car width, but it turns out you can use just a car width and survive. Great racing there. Suchi moves up into 5th place. Very aggressive but fair defending from Mohammed, but unfortunately he is going to have to concede that position for now. But he's still got 17 minutes to make something out of it. Let's go back on board with Jesus. These two have been going at it for a good few laps now, and Jesus will slowly, that frustration will start to creep up on him. He's been stuck behind his driver, Ferdy, for so long, and he will definitely want to make a move going to the third place and get on the podium. So let's see what he does.
Oh, he's closing in on the long right-hander. I think Ferdy made the small mistake that cost him a bit of a dent there.
Well, considering how long Jesus has been sending behind Ferdy, he should have a rough idea of where Ferdy is stronger or weaker compared to himself, and he needs to make sure he capitalizes on that on that spot. You can see the speed overlap there through the fast corners. Will he be able to make it around the outside here? Ferdy will obviously go on a tight defensive line.
Switcheroo, but no, sticks up on the outside.
I think the switcheroo won't have worked because Ferdy wasn't overshooting the corner enough to make the switcheroo a viable option. But we now go towards turn number 14. Will he be making a dive? Look, Ferdy places his car absolutely on the middle of the track, but Jesus will force it on the inside. He's going to get crisscrossed here. Very straightforward.
That was very
good effort there. He went for it. You can't blame the man for trying. Unfortunately, he lost the position back, but it doesn't seem like he lost much time doing that. So order restored once again, and he's got 16 minutes, so he's got plenty of time. We're not even halfway through this race, Kendrick.
You have still plenty of time to do some actions. Maybe later down the line we'll see some point of desperation between the drivers, but for now they have to keep it cool and composed.
Absolutely. So Jesus now in 4th place. It seems as though Ferdy, at this point I believe Jesus seems to have a tenth or two easily on Ferdy. It's just a matter of Ferdy having track position. How is Jesus going to find his way around the Indonesian driver? So it seems as though Jesus definitely has the confidence in the fast corners, as we will see shortly. But it seems as though Ferdy on the brakes is an absolute demon. So and that's the issue, Kendrick, is when you overtake somebody, you will more often than not have to do it under braking. And if someone is really good under braking, it's so very difficult to overtake them, even if you've got a significant pace advantage. And I feel like Jesus is finding that out the hard way. We saw it last time around at this very corner where he had the position, but Ferdy was absolutely beautiful with his brake input, and he had no chance of even making a crisscross at this very corner a lap ago.
Yes, that is exactly true. While Ferdy may be faster on the straight, Jesus might be a demon on the brakes. That was a good insight from you.
I would say it's the other way around. It seems that Ferdy is the one who looks to be very good on the brakes. Oh, there's a slide. As I say that, he loses a bit on the braking, but I think Jesus lifted up too much there. I think he lifted up too much. But once again, didn't lose a significant amount of time doing that, but yeah, I feel like he could have done a bit of a better job there. But while all that's been happening, Kendrick, look at the gap out front. Cap has been in a league of her own this afternoon. Unbelievable. 7
Almost
seconds.
7 seconds now, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Naf, and even though Naf has been ahead of these two for a good few laps now, he has been absolutely unable and defenseless to try and close that gap on the Thai driver. And wow, that's going to be if Kat can pull this off, it will definitely be a big statement in terms of the championship, because all of us had Nat as the pre-season favorite to win this championship.
Another point to prove for Slushy Cat indeed.
Absolutely. But we go back on board with Jesus, and you can see him gaining ever so slightly. It seems as though, yeah, there you go. Ferdy is like running a bit less downforce on his car, and it seems as though Jesus definitely has a bit more mid-corner speed, especially at the fast stuff. And over here as well, he should have a bit of an advantage as well. It seems as though whenever Jesus gets close enough, it's just not enough, because Ferdy is so good on the brakes. So yeah, as we see, lap traffic. That's Arc. Great of him to move out of the way to let the leaders battle it out. But yeah, big gap between the top 4 and 5th place Sushi, who's 13 seconds behind While this battle's slowly fading for now, let's go back on board with Joshua Lee and oh, I believe there's been an overtake for 8th place there as Mohammed has just lost a place to Key Cyborg. I wonder if Mohammed made a mistake there.
Yeah, probably did. Judging from the gap that they have now, it's probably a mistake.
Yeah, I believe let's go on board with Naf, not Naf, sorry, Jesus. I saw a momentary change in position there. I don't know if that was just a timing screen having a bit of a blip because they were at turn 1, so no one could have overshot the corner and done a crisscross. But yeah, wow, the gap now is 8.2 seconds. Just if there, I know there's no such thing as an easy afternoon in racing, Kenjay, but this has got to be one of the more easier afternoons for Cat.
Indeed, a Max Verstappen moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And comfortably with the fastest lap and pole position as well. She's looking to secure the full bag of 27 points for race 1. And honestly, I'm very excited to see how the reverse grid race is going to go, because with that sort of pace, she'll be at the front in no time, provided she can keep her nose clean.
Yeah, I mean this level of dominance in front just reminds me of Max Verstappen or the Mercedes-Benz cars back in 2014.
Absolutely. So let's see. We still got a bit of a while to go, but I swear to God, Jesus, when Jesus goes to bed tonight, later tonight, he does live in Germany, judging by his flag. He will probably get a lot of flashbacks about Ferdy's rear bumper. Let's put it that way. He's gonna have it in his dreams. He's gonna have it everywhere. He has spent so long in this race. Oh, he has a bit of a moment there behind the Indonesian driver. Yeah, my goodness.
What can I say? Ferdy is just doing well on the braking.
Ferdy reminds me a lot of Pecco Bagnaia in MotoGP, where Pecco a lot of times can be a bit off the pace, but when you try to overtake him, Pecco is an absolute demon on the braking, and he's almost impossible to overtake. That's what I kind of get reminded of, is you can be faster than Ferdy, but yeah, unless he makes a mistake, at least on today's evidence, it's going to be very hard to overtake.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say? I do have an insight between that, where there's times that you're clearly faster than the guy in front of you, but he's just defending really well on the brakes that it's very hard to overtake.
Another thing about Kyalami you have to remember is, as much as it's a driver's track that this is, the braking zones are very small compared to most other tracks, and when a braking zone is smaller, the chances of overtaking reduce significantly as a result.
Yeah, I mean,
because you're not spending as much time braking. It's as simple as that. So that's also one of the factors to think about, is if you're not spending as much time on the brake, these cars are not known for having an insane amount of slipstream. It's going to be difficult to overtake, as Jesus is finding out the hard way. So he's only got 9 minutes of racing left. So let's see.
Yeah, the track indeed is more. Yeah, the track is indeed more suited towards those defensive drivers.
Is it just me, or Ferdy slowly starting to gain on that?
Probably because he's extending away from Jesus.
He is. So Ferdy seeming to find a bit of pace here and putting one on Naf. As you see, Naf running half a lane lower. So he didn't quite get the ideal line going through the exit, and I wonder if that's just his driving style, but I don't know why you would run half a lane lower going into the final corner with a very long start-finish straight afterwards. So
skating on Naf, I think something
I think
went wrong with Naf.
Yeah, I think Naf's struggling, Kenjay. You can just see that the body language of his car just doesn't seem as he doesn't look as comfortable. He seems as though he's running half a lane lower on all the apexes, which tells me that he clearly doesn't have the confidence or confidence in the car and the way it's handling. You see there once again, Ferdy was able to just put about 2 wheels there on the curb, just a bit more entry speed. You see once again he's running just a quarter of a half a lane higher on the entry, and that allows him to carry so much more speed. I wonder if Naf's tire is just fading at the moment, because he's losing touch to Cat out front significantly, and he's definitely falling into the clutches of Ferdy in 3rd place. And he's got 8 minutes to defend, and I honestly don't know if he can hold this off, because Ferdy seems to have found a second win in the second half of this race.
Yeah, the level of what Naf has to endure, the stress this is going through him. I don't know. He might crack under pressure down on this last few minutes of this race.
We'll see. Naf is not someone who's going to crack under pressure, but let's see. Let's go on board with. Let's stay on board with Ferdy here. I'm very curious to see where the Indonesian driver. Where is he finding the? You see, once again, he's running about quarter of a lane higher. Did you see that, Kenjay? And you can see he lost a bit there on the exit, but you can see that he was running a quarter of a lane higher, just putting his tires on the white lines, and he was able to really get a great entry into the final corner. I see once again. Sorry, Kenjay?
Yeah, I think it's the car's confidence with the setup probably, or it's just Freddy here just knows how to extract the absolute from the using all the width of the track.
Well, I wouldn't quite say that because Naf was second, not that far away from pole position. So on the face of it, it seems as though his car was very much a short run car. Because the second half of this run, he is absolutely faded.
Yeah, I mean I think for me, I think it's down to the setups if that's the equation.
Absolutely, seems as though Naf has definitely got a short run setup, a bit of a more qualifying setup, and he's paying the price now in the second half of this stint as Cat is long gone, 12 seconds out front. Ferdy looking to get into second place. Once again, you see running ever so slightly half a lane higher through that part of the track, and Naf is gonna have to start putting his car about half a lane higher. He may not feel comfortable doing so because maybe the reason is when you're running out of tires, you need to spend as little time in the corner as possible. And when you start running half of a lane lower, you think that you're spending less time in the corner, but you're really not. But you just don't have the confidence to send the car on the edge of the track and then utilizing all of the radius and hoping that the car will stick. You just run out of confidence, and I feel like you're seeing that a bit from Naf. He's just hesitant to go a half a lane higher and extract the maximum on the entry and exit. So yeah, let's go on board with Kat. Let's see how she's driving this racetrack at this current moment. So obviously a runaway race leader at the moment. Obviously she's got no reason to push Kenjay, but I'm just trying to use this to gauge whether she's also slightly struggling for tires, or if it's just a Naf issue because he's severely faded. And it seems as though on the face value of the few corners that have been on board with Kat, you can definitely tell that Kat also is running a bit of a more wider line compared to Naf.
No, I mean, generally, I think Slushy Cat is just far more confident compared to Naf.
Yeah, let's go back on board with Ferdy, because now Ferdy's got to be careful, because look who's only 3/10 behind Ferdy. Jesus has poured his way back into this battle. Let's go with Jesus. He probably has the best view right now in fourth place, only 2/10 behind. So
wow.
So Ferdy needs to make the move on Naf very soon, or he's gonna get overtaken by Jesus very shortly, judging by what I'm seeing right now.
I think Naf successfully backed off Freddy there.
Maybe, potentially, if he did.
Oh, I think Jesus might make the move. I don't have the words for it. He made the move.
Oh, a bit of contact there. Bit of a cheeky contact.
Yep,
Not
tap.
ideal. Love tap, and that's gonna cost Freddy. Oh, it's gonna cost him a few tenths. Those few tenths that he worked so hard for. And Jesus now will just have to start running tight defensive lines, which will not be ideal for him. He was gaining most of the time by using every bit of the track, and now having to run these tight defensive lines, he's going to lose some of that advantage. He's lost the slipstream. Jesus has got the slipstream, and Jesus, having spent most of this race looking at the back end of Ferdy's car rather, is trying to make a move with 3 minutes to go, right when it matters, at the death, but not on this occasion. He's going to have to wait a bit longer if and when if the opportunity comes, but he's going to run out of opportunities very shortly. He's going to have 3 laps left at the end of this lap, I believe, or 2 laps left. He needs to start thinking about this move now, and that starts with the fast corners, where I said earlier, he's had a lot more confidence than Ferdy this afternoon.
Wow, yes, that's quite a big turnout of events there. There's a lot of drama now.
Now Naf is trying to slowly pull away once again. So Naf seems to have found a bit more pace these final few laps. So Jesus now. Birdie solely falling into the clutches of just Jesus for the final spot on the podium once again. It's a great three-way fight. Oh, Birdie's gone around. Oh, that is unfortunate. Jesus will go up into third place. Well, how far away does Birdie rejoin? Let's go on board with Birdie. I think he's going to be like 7/10 behind, isn't he? Yeah, he's going to fall very
exactly.
So now we get to see if Jesus does indeed have the pace compared to Birdie, and honestly, I believe so based on what I've seen. But we'll see. These last few laps, we've got 2 laps to go, I believe, or 3 laps to go. I think Cat already crossed the line, so we've got 3 laps left, and now we see how much more pace Jesus had compared to Birdie.
Yeah, we're going to see how much he can gain. I mean, do you still believe that he can still go for nap at this point?
Nah, Nap's gone. The 3 laps to go, unless Nap makes a severe mistake, I believe it's pretty much game over. So let's go on board with Suchi. Suchi and Virek cannot be separated this afternoon, can they?
Nope.
Let's go. There we go. Suchi going for a move to go into the top 5. He's going to run it very tight there. Yeah, Virek, if he's half smart, he's going to do the switcheroo. There he goes. I could tell he was going to get switcherooed there. He ran so tight going into turn number 1. There was absolutely no way he was going to have any sort of a decent exit there. So
did you see how much he lifted on the exit?
Absolutely. So
oh my goodness me. Yep. I mean, I'm lost for words right now of what is going on with the whole race, because there's a lot of action that I cannot put any words down correctly.
I'm literally sipping on water as we speak. It's been a very eventful race this afternoon, Kenji. What a race I chose to come back to.
Exactly. I mean, I would have been dumbfounded and probably have a pretzel tongue after this race, because I am lost for words right now.
Absolutely. So, Kat will begin her penultimate lap very shortly, and it seems as though everyone is gonna manage to finish this race without a pit stop, which is quite an accomplishment from all the drivers, considering how much the tires tend to wear around this racetrack. It is a very fast, high G loading racetrack, so fair play to all the drivers.
I mean,
for making the tires stick towards the end of the race.
Well, you know what's impressive to me? That everybody here is running mediums, while this guy, Key Cyborg, is running softs, and he made it all the way until the end of the race.
I would love to see a breakdown of Key Cyborg's laps from start to finish after this race, to see how much what was his delta towards the end of the race, because if he's managed to keep those softs within a few tenths for the entire 30-minute duration, my goodness, has he done well.
I mean, how would you survive the whole thing with softs? Because I mean, you're scrubbing a lot of yeah. Go on.
It goes back to that whole point of it's going to be a lot of it is going to be set up. So first of all, you want to run the car as soft as possible. The softer you run your car, the less time, the less effort you put through the suspension in terms of just making the car more agile. Secondly, you want to dial a bit more understeer into the car to make sure that you're not sliding into the corners, especially on entry and exit. We call that rear limited, I believe. And just finally, it comes back to the driving style. If you spend as little time in the corner as possible, which is referred to the V shape, by spending less time in the corner, first of all, you wear your tires less, and second of all, because you spend less time in the corner, you don't suffer as much of the effects of tire wear because you're not spending as much time in the corner. It's as simple as that. So there's a lot of factors that go into tire wear. That's why you will see drivers like Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton being able to stretch out the tires, because they have a way of shortening a corner and spending as little time in the corner as possible, and they're able to make their tires last much better than almost anybody else.
His tires have really fallen off.
I can imagine.
Well, imagine the guy running softs.
Our very own in-race commentator. But having said that, Josh Mitchell, on his way to get points.
Yep,
not bad.
Yeah, clearly into the top 10. Made as well to made this well damn well to survive the whole race, and now maybe
Absolutely.
he started
You'll
first
get-
in the
you'll
next
get-
race.
You're in pole position, Josh. You have any
Yeah.
nerves for that?
Yeah, I do. I have doubts I'm going to make it to the end of this race with how much fuel I have left.
Let's go on board with Kat, shall we? Credit where it's due. This has been an incredible show performance as she goes into the final sector. It's been one of the easier drives for the Thai driver, and fair play, doing 143s there at the end of the race. Pretty decent. I mean, pace and consistency, considering how much those tires probably have worn out towards the end of this race. So, rounding off the final corners, turn number 15 for the final time today, but for the final time this race and the final corner. And race 1 of round 3 in South Africa goes to the Thai driver. It goes to Kat. She will extend her championship lead. And with just 3 rounds left after this race, Kenjay, my goodness, she's looking a red hot favorite now to win her second championship in 3 seasons.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Celebratory burnouts, I guess, from the Thai driver.
Well deserved, as we see Nat now. Well, he's probably going to be rounding off the final few corners. And Nat made a mistake. No, I think that's just a timing screen. So
I'm going to have to lift
yeah,
his post
so-
over the line.
Oh,
so
there we go. Somebody
Oh.
made a mistake. Nito made the mistake.
Oh,
He might
Nito's gone.
fall into the clutches of 8th place from Virek, but I think Virek lost fuel as well. He Cyborg might make the move, and only just, only just
he nearly made it.
nearly
Virek?
made it. But yeah, but what happened
My
there from
goodness.
Virek? Virek just
I think, yeah, he ran out of
he
fuel.
ran out of fuel exactly.
And Josh Mitchell on the fine. Oh my God, Virek might not even finish on the points here.
Somebody push him!
Oh no!
Oh, he's coming!
Virek.
Come on!
Hey,
Might as
come
well
on,
be the
man. Get it
longest.
across the line. Come on, man. You can get it across the line. Come on.
Dun, 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 dun.
There we go. He's made it across the line.
For 11th place. Unfortunate
GG.
though, very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate there. Man, as a driver, I tell you, Jake, I'm pretty sure you can relate. One of the worst feelings is when you're braking in the braking zone. Once
And we may have lost sorry, what happened? I think we may have lost Flying Sane there.
Oh,
No, I'm
idiot.
back. Sorry about that. One of the worst things as a driver, Kendrick, is when you brake in the braking zone for a corner and the car in front of you just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. I'll tell you now, that's one of the worst feelings as a race car driver.
You know, the worst
'Cause you
feelings
know.
I've ever had on the race car when you don't see someone on your side pointing you out of the track.
Oh, been there. With someone on this very server. But let's not talk about that now, shall we?
I tell you
Oh,
what,
man.
that
nearly
was
had
the
8.
most angry that I have ever been.
So wait, am I in front of anyone championship standings wise?
Probably. Oh, yeah.
With
I mean,
2 points?
it's not I mean, so I guess some of the drivers here still doesn't have any points, but well, congratulations to you.
Yeah, he's got 2 points.
Yeah, there you go. Well
It's
deserved 2
two-
points.
It's two more than me this season.
2 more than me as well.
He's got more points than all of us combined.
Exactly.
So in
Oh.
one random race where I have COVID, I score more points than I did for like 3/4 of the F3 season.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and you're meant to be decent with F3, considering your experience with Supremes. Oh,
Don't be mean. Don't be mean to me. Hey, midway through, I had to pull up the essentials because I had no way of checking my fuel.
I know what you were going to say there. I literally heard you utter it, and then you realize you're on stream, and you were like, nope, I can't say it.
My tires are gone though. So anyway, how long until the next race start?
I don't even know. But having said that, Kenjik, after the first few laps, you might be alone for commentary because I need to eat dinner still.
Sorry,
Don't.
what are we going to do?
Wait, 1 second, boys. I'll be back.
Alright, one more race for this season.
Yes.
I mean, not season, sorry. One more race for this week. I mean, what do you
Why
think?
is my family?
Yeah.
Why is my family playing Taylor Swift?
Okay, so
What?
what do you,
That's interesting.
another interesting that I thought that happened this race was what happened to Naf midway through the race.
A very good question, and sadly, I cannot give you a very good answer for that at the moment, Kendrick.
I have a genuine question here from one driver to another. When you make setups for the race, do you make a separate setup for qualifying, or do you stick to one?
You have to remember, I come from a Formula One background. We can't do that. We get locked into Park Ferme.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a couple of series as well in racing, and this is more so towards a sim racing. Because for me, you have the dilemma of being consistent with the feel, or do you want to extract the most out of the car from one session to another? There's loads of questions towards that agenda.
Absolutely. For me personally, like I said, it's a balancing act because on a track like Monaco, where qualifying's everything, you're gonna have to put in a qualifying setup. It's just the only way you're gonna be half decent at that racetrack. But when it comes to a track like Spa, for example, which is very much it's not the hardest track to overtake at. You're gonna have to put up a more race setup there. So yeah, Kenjay, to answer your question, I do have multiple setups, but it will be always more often than not geared towards the race. And I come from a Park Ferme background, so my setups usually always locked as soon as qualifying started.
Yeah, I mean, same with you as well. I'm pretty sure most of the time that I was competing in any of the league racing here in Assetto Corsa, I do make a separate setup, but it shouldn't be that far off towards your race setup because I'm always afraid of inconsistencies because
I'll be honest, sometimes my race setup and qualifying setup were vastly different, and especially on days when the track temperature was very low, you had to still run the car tire pressure wise low, not low but relatively low, because if you ran it too high you were just going to burn through it in the races. So sometimes it's just one of those things, you just have to live with it, you know. You can change the pressures and make the car very good for one lap, especially on a very cold day, but then you're going to struggle so much in the race comparatively because you're going to chew through the tires. So yeah, it's a balancing act when it comes to setups, but the good thing about GT racing is you can have different setups for qualifying and the race. So yeah.
Yep.
Be interesting. Slushy just put her setup in chat. Was it a bluff or not?
I usually don't trust it.
I'm trusting it.
Well, it's your call and it's your grave that you're digging. So
Maybe.
yep, once again, as we wait for 10 seconds, we're still waiting for those 6 red lights to pop up, and there we go, as we completely fill the lights.
For the final time today.
Oh, there's been a jump start on the back. It was Slushy Cat jump started.
I've been
That's
the line.
unfortunate for her, I guess. As we go into turn number 1,
Three
it's
wide,
going to
wide
be
on the back.
Yep, as I said, you can comfortably go forward, but you have to be careful. The track does tighten up here, as I said. And there is contact. Tito's been there.
V-Rex and Sushi have both been out. Oh, I've just hit Sushi.
Oh, Suchi's around.
There's another contact on the back. Did you see that? There's three people in the back. Unfortunate for Suchi there.
Suchi's been not
behind you.
And Jesus as well. There you go.
Yeah.
There's been a lot going on there. But yeah, going back to the action now, Freddy is getting very closer to Muhammad. Fairly certain there will be a move being done on the next corner. There we go. There's been a dive bomb. Oh, and a small contact between them. Mitsushiro now. Sizing up a movement. Oscar Piastri has been spun.
I forgot the traction control.
Did you turn it off?
Yeah, it's off.
Why?
It's set up, right? I completely forgot about it.
There we go. I told you it
I had
was your
damage.
own graveyard you're
No.
digging.
I've had damage as well. Someone hit me on the right.
And then Slushy Cat now is diving into the pits. Early pit stop maybe, but as we saw earlier, people usually don't do pit stops in this race, but there we go. Joshua Lee also followed into the pits.
I've always personally never understood the point of doing a drive-through penalty on the very first lap, because yeah, you jump the start, but you can use those 2 or 3 laps to make sure you build as good a gap or as big a gap as possible to the cars behind, and make sure you come out in a bit more relative clean air if you compared to if you pitted just on the very first lap. So
I mean, Slushy has to deal with damage there.
True, that is true. But I still feel like if she just pitted 2 laps or did a drive-through 2 laps later, it would have been better for her in terms of where she came out on the track, because you always want to come out in as much clean air as possible. So that's just my opinion. But we'll see. It won't make that big a difference, but those little things are what make the difference come the end of the season.
And there we go.
And this,
Ready on key
and what a
sideboard, sizing up a move.
And what a chance for Nap now to make a big dent into the championship.
Exactly, I mean,
Had horrendous race fun.
we're just throwing blows to each other at this point in the championship standings.
Absolutely. If you see Felix in 5th place, great showing from him. It's he literally just joined, so he's got the hang of this track. Absolutely fine. So Nat in 5th place now, trying to make a move on Felix. Sorry, 6th place rather. Oh no, he is in 5th place, trying to make a move on Felix for 4th.
Yep, sorry about the
Oh, a bit of a moment there.
Sorry about the
Oh, beautiful moment there for Felix on the final corner.
Oh, Frank Jerry posted the fastest lap of 142.7.
Wow. Oh, big send here from Nap down the inside into turn number 2, and he makes it stick. Great move
great
there.
move, yeah.
Brilliant on the brakes. Brilliant on the brakes.
There's just a difference of experience, but I think Felix is just fighting back, and we already know that Felix isn't the newer boys down here.
And we all know Felix doesn't mind getting his elbows out either, Kenjay.
Yeah, that is true, especially I can recall his racing from way back on the Formula 3 cars.
Yeah, but I believe he won't be close enough to make any sort of an impression on Nap for now, and I think for now he will have to accept defeat and slot in 6th place, and now he's going to come under pressure from Virek as well, isn't he?
Yep. And Virek as well. Yes, he has the fastest lap, but let's see what he can bring out on this race.
Oh, Virek thought about the move going to turn number 10, not going to be close enough there.
It's been fairly quiet compared to the last race, but still, you can see a bit of a potential building up in these drivers.
It seems as though this is going to be one of those slow burner races, Kenjik. It will all concertina up towards the end, so let's see. We've still got the faster drivers at the back.
Oh, Felix taking a lot of curb on the entry.
I think Virek took a bit more curb there, man. Oh, Virek with a very aggressive... Gets so much time. That's going to put him in a brilliant spot going to turn number 1. I wonder if that spooked Felix a little.
Yeah, he's letting him know that I'm here, that I might potentially make a move on you anytime soon.
I think he let him know just a little bit more. Ever so slightly a little bit more than I'm just there, you know?
Well, it might be an intimidation factor then for Virek.
Having said that, Kendrick, now it's very late for me. I'm gonna go have dinner and watch you commentate, so take it away.
Alright, taking it away now. Virek still sizing up a move on Felix on the long right-hander. I think Felix just made a small mistake there that cost him a big time. Old switcheroo maybe from B-Rec. No, Felix just still hangs on to 6th place. Maybe on the next corner, but Felix is just aggressively defending it. Hard but fair, I call it. And what do you see here? Still on it, still on it. Huge intimidation factor from B-Rec. I think it's gonna be one of those tactics for him to intimidate Felix out of the way. Maybe crack under pressure perhaps. I'm expecting to see a dive here, but no, Felix is just on the right place at the right time. Maybe on the exit, and there we go. Brilliant exit from B-Rec, and I think there was a monumental squeeze from B-Rec that might be looked after by the stewards at the end of the race. That should be noted down. And I think as the action dies off for now, let's go check on the other drivers. What's been going on in the back and in the front? Still a slow burner, still these drivers are caving in towards each other. As things look right now, I think it's just I think Pride Sane was right about this being a slow burner because this has been fairly quiet compared to the last race.
Yeah, not much happened back here.
Yep. For information from Oscar Piastri there. And I think
Maybe there's something cooking up in front of me now, actually.
Yep, Jesus just making the move on Suchi. And takes the position away from him. Now upgrades his position up to 10th place. Now in the points. Let's see what happens with Suchi. Let's see if he will answer back. Oh, right in front as well, we're having action from Agirpa and Nap actually. What happened there? I think Nap just took a lot of curb there on the entry onto the last corner now. Still fairly tight. And on exit, I think Agirpa just have the better exit. Oh, Stoshikat now in 8th place. I didn't notice that she was already making moves on this race. There she is, still present as daylight. Incredible battles going on 4th position. Sorry, battle for 3rd position between Nap and Algifa. Small mistakes. And another battle brewing up. Battle for 7th place between Felix, Joshua Lee, and Slushy Cat. And it's not gonna be ideal for Slushy Cat because of the penalty that she got from the jump start and the damages received from the other drivers. I know it's going to be a long race, but she has to make the move, and Felix just loses it on exit. Joshua Lee capitalizing it as well. Slushy Cat, there's been a double overtake for Slushy Cat. Well done from the championship leader. Oh, I think Joshua Lee is just biting back as well on the switcheroo. Might as well. I think Joshua Lee might still cut back on the slipstream. Maybe on the second corner will we see a monumental dive? No, thinks better of himself. Waits for another day. What's been going on your end, Oscar Piastri?
Not much. I think Peter's got past Suki, and they are gaining on Nito very quickly.
So how's the setup that how does the setup feel by Slushy Cat?
Can't tell if it's worse or better.
Some mixed feelings in the bag for you.
Very. Especially considering what happened at the start.
Yeah, I mean that start was something else. It was
I don't know who hit me.
I cannot confirm that as well. Oh, and I think Josh Lee just takes a lot of entry and goes into the gravel trap for a bit. Then go. I think Felix just edges him out. There we go. 7th place for Felix. Still battling between these two guys. Will we see a monumental overtake from Joshua Lee around the outside? No, maybe switcheroo time for Joshua Lee. Better exit for Joshua Lee. And there we are, the battle for 8th place now in the hands of Joshua Lee. But I think Felix is still fighting back. He's still not ready to give up. Oh, down the inside he goes, and Muhammad made a small mistake, and there's a big error on the rejoin. Good thing he slides out of the corner. Joshua Lee once again sizing up a move on Felix. Maybe on this corner, perhaps. Will we see another dive bomb? No.
Oh, I'm just got around.
As Oscar Piastri's woes continues.
Yeah.
How is it
Hey,
on
I'm
your
not
end?
Bad. Not good.
Bad and
What?
not good. Short words.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this.
Neither am I. I don't really know how Slushy Cat, makes her setup. Probably because of the difference between a controller player. That's what I've been thinking. But if I say that, I kinda say no to it as well, because I have no troubles with if Flying Sane makes the setup for me. It actually works well
Yeah, I
for
don't
me. Yeah, I don't know how she makes her setup.
It's really strange. It feels odd. It doesn't feel like a setup that would be good for saving cars at all.
I don't know how she drives the car or how she handles it, but I think only she can drive her setup.
Yeah. Because
Either
You
that
know,
or
you know,
maybe it's a bluff.
that is true. Although with this setup, you've got to slide into the corner.
What does it lean towards? Does it lean towards an oversteady setup where you have to glide the car around the corner?
Yeah, it does.
It's quite typical for controller players to do that as well, so you can limit the movements on the stick. Because I know for sure that Flying Sane also prefers the slidey setup.
Yeah, it's very strange. Because my fastest laps so far have been done. So the big hairpin. Oh, what? Might be 11? There's a hairpin.
Do you have purples with you?
What?
Do you have purples with you on your lap times? I'm actually checking and you don't.
No, but there's a hairpin. My fastest lap, I was sliding into it, and I gained quite a bit of time.
And there you go, Joshua Lee makes the move on Felix, now on 6th place. Once again, it's been a big ding-dong battle between these two guys. And I see also another battle developing, the battle for 9th place, and
I've just gone around.
you've been spun around again?
Yeah.
It's really not the setup for you then.
No, it's not. It's too. I like oversteer, but this is too much.
Yeah. You know, oversteady setups have their niche, but if it's too much for you to handle, then it's not gonna work.
Yeah. There's a certain amount where I can get the car to rotate without too much trouble, but
Yeah.
that's why I like being able to rotate the car.
Yeah, the mere fact that you can rotate the car on just a small snap on the steering wheel on the entry is just, that's the sweet spot. That's where I want to be.
Yeah, same.
But if
And then you can also drive out pretty smoothly.
yeah, exactly, because I think driving these cars like a rally car isn't the way to go for me.
Well,
I mean, you know what I mean, right? Like manhandling the
Yeah.
car right around the corner. That's a lot to do, especially if you're driving with a wheel.
Yeah, no, you cannot do that in this car anyway. It's with this setup, I should say.
I'm actually wondering where's the difference between the other drivers. Might be with the roll bars perhaps, but Jesus, oh, looking towards the inside. Being brave, but still reserving himself as he gets ever closer and closer to Nito. As you say that, Slushy Cat is now in 5th place and a monumental dive bomb from Jesus. Whoa! I wasn't expecting that to happen on that corner. I think Nito will be a bit frustrated from that actions. But let's wait and see how will Nito answer back from all that.
Take him out.
I mean, that's the gamer's way to do it. And then Slushy Cat just dives from B-Wreck and just spun him round.
I think I saw that. I'm in now.
Yeah, that is very horrible indeed. But Slushy Cat returns that position back, but still not ideal from B-Wreck there because the damage is indeed there on the car.
Yeah, I got damage to my rear, my skirt, and my front.
How is it looking to you? Orange or reds?
Yellows.
Yellows.
Maybe. My front might be orange.
Still not bad then, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna lose top speed.
Yeah, pretty sure I have. So.
But yes, Slushy Cat has been very aggressive on this race. Mainly because of the fact of the incident that happened early on from the race.
What happened?
Huh?
What happened?
He jumped the start and he got spun round.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's interesting because if I look on board with Slushy Cat, I can see her tires moving out of the fenders.
What? What? Huh?
Well, I mean, when the tire bounces up and down on the curbs and on the bumps, I can sometimes see her tires moving up and down. And it's popping out of the fenders.
That is so strange.
Yeah, that is indeed strange, actually. Let me go check the other drivers if they have the same visuals.
Check front. I'll tell you if I've got a block set up.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to see if that is happening with you. I don't think so.
Oh, well, I'll go over a curb. Not this one.
Oh yeah, yours as well. I can see it.
Oof, block. Nothing, man. Got flat spots on my tires, so...
I mean, is it possible that she's rubbing the tires on the fenders? Is it too low on the front? Maybe it dives down a bit too much in the front.
Maybe.
And I can see V-Wreck as well. I can see his tires jumping up and down. I've never noticed that until now. I can see it bouncing from the fenders. Is it normal for this track?
I don't think so.
Is it just me? I'm gonna go look at Naf as he makes Ding Dong battle with Key Cyborg now, and yeah, I can see Naf tires as well. So I guess it's natural, for this circuit.
Farm circuit, I guess.
Yeah, this current circuit perhaps. And yeah, Naf is just taking his ever sweet time to get into first position. Still, we have about 9 minutes to go in this race. Still plenty of time to make some moves and to chase down first place. And I think, no, Naf there, monumental overtake, goes late on the brakes, and It just makes it stick. No, Key Cyborg makes the ding dong out of it. Not bad for Key Cyborg. He defends his position away from Naf. And will we see another move being done here? I think Key Cyborg is just a bit far-fetched there. Ooh, a bit of a squirty moment for Naf indeed. As we go to the SS, still following closely not side by side, they're still following bumper to bumper of each other.
I'm gonna try and change my driving for this setup.
I tried to manhandle the car more.
Look at the west.
Now might take the position here. No. Oh, Key Cyborg just outbreaks himself there, and there we go. Now goes into second place. It's just that braking. You get the sense of pressure once somebody is following close to you. You try to brake later than him.
And then you overshoot it.
Yeah. We've all been there, everybody's been there, especially when you're one of those young guns.
Don't look at me. You never catch me cracking under pressure. I just let them pass me. I know I'm slow.
I think this server has a lot. I mean, I personally believe that this server has seen me done that quite a few times already.
Yeah.
Especially on my very first race, it was recorded that I would crack under pressure under Rohes' attack from me. I remember that race as it was yesterday. As if it was yesterday, there we go. Correct English.
I'm surprised I never cracked under Rohes' pressure for me as well.
I mean, I was fairly new to the concept of sim racing. I mean, competitively in Assetto Corsa, and then I had my first wheel back then, so yeah. It was quite an experience indeed, but then as you go through the years, as you get older and older, you get wiser. I mean, some of us just get more advanced compared to the others, but yeah. As you were saying, what?
Even in that F3 race where he was behind me for most of the race. In Red Bull Ring.
You do recall that race fairly well, don't you?
I do. How can I not?
It is your win, correct?
Technically. I did say I'd finish top 5.
It is a big win for you indeed. There we go, back to the action.
If I didn't have COVID, I'd be fine. Like,
really? You're going to base your performance around COVID?
yes, because I was doing Nordschleife lap anyway, so I was 2 seconds slower.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not the shady setup that you tried. Hang on there for a second. Jesus might as well make the overtake done here in the first corner, or sorry, the 5th corner, I think they say. And Felix just edges it out, just mounts the curb, and there's a lot of defensive pressure from Felix now. And Jesus might as well, still side by side, better exit for Felix though. The battle isn't over for these guys. Jesus is still trying his very best to get ever closer and might as well make the move from way downtown. No, backs out of it. Felix is still in 7th place. Oh, we were having
Never trusting one.
What?
Never trusting another one unless he's set.
I knew that the hard way when we're doing open lobbies in the Red Bull Ring. I mean, the 488 already is a hard car to drive, but when I tried her setup, it was just much more hellish for me.
I've been doing the there for a long
I
time.
mean, I do not want to diss her how she set up the cars, but I think it only works for her.
Oh yeah, I just messed up big time. Oh,
You are currently 17 seconds away from 11th place.
that's alright. I'm not getting that back in complete.
Oh, Jesus, there. Makes a bit later, and there we go. Felix still just up in front. Very good battles here, but Felix messed up the entry, and now Jesus is now right on the rear bumper once again, sizing up the move against Felix. Maybe after this long right-hander, we might see a move being done. Maybe a dive bomb, perhaps, and backs out of it once again. Felix still in 7th place.
I did not crash 2 times in a row.
On the same lap.
Yeah,
There we go. Oh, I
3
think
times in the same row.
as you're having troubles there, Jesus on the outside once again, still feeling out that move for Felix. Maybe on exit, who will be the top car in front? They're still not done. They're still side by side on the left-hander. Now on the brakes they go. Jesus on the inside makes the move, and Felix thinking of the switcheroo, not sticking, and Jesus goes into 7th place. But all that battle has been going well. The drivers behind them is now closing in. More drama coming after the guys in 7th place. 2 minutes left on the clock. Who will be the guy on 7th place? Slushy Cat now in 4th place. Closing to the guy on 3rd place. Key Cyborg now feeling the pressure indeed from Slushy Cat. Snap is in 2nd place. Slushy Cat sees that rear bumper getting ever bigger and bigger. Still waiting for that move. Still waiting. Slushy Cat waiting for that optimal time to overtake. Let's go on board now with Slushy Cat. How will she do in this very heat of the moment that's been going on? Will she go in 3rd place? It's all about damage limitations for her in this race, and I think she's been doing more than just damage limitations after all that incidents on the earlier portions of the race.
Oh.
Not once again slowing down on the later portions of the stage, and now we have less than a minute left, almost 35 seconds now into the lap on the timer. So we only have this lap and the next lap to do.
Last time it goes mayhem is lap traffic.
Nap is just successfully backed off the Cyborg to bridge a buffer between Slushy. There we go. We have 2 more laps to go, and Slushy Cat getting ever desperate to make the move and to get onto the last position of the podium. Small mistakes have been reoccurring.
I'm in the wall again.
Yeah, Slushy Cat has been quite relaxed on this portion now. I think she's just ready to accept 4th place for the time being, unless somebody in front makes a mistake. He just completely backed off to the guys in front. Well, if you ask me, after having all that incidents on the earlier portions, I'm ready to accept 4th place might be a win, a mini win. And there we go on the brakes, Slushy Cat. Getting closer.
I'm gonna let these guys pass. I'm gonna be from behind. I wanna watch this. That's allowed, right?
I don't know about you, but don't you dare impede these guys.
Oh, I won't. I'll let them pass. They'll lose me.
K-Cyborg makes contact with
Wait.
Nap.
Nap is around.
Nap has been spun round. That's not ideal for Nap as he tries to battle it out with Slushy Cat, and that's been woeful indeed. To add insult to injury, I think Slushy Cat might as well take the position away from K-Cyborg.
I think she's about to.
Yeah, and she does make the
Yeah.
move now.
Yeah. Could be. He could get it again though. Nope.
Nope, and I think Slushy Cat, a blessing and a half has been given to her. The Thai driver taking away all the luck that she can get from this race. I don't want to say that it's been gifted, but isn't that a gift indeed?
It's not looking like he has a chance to get his back unless he can pull something on this long. I should say long, but this right-handed.
Yeah, I'm not hoping for it anytime soon.
Yeah.
It's already a second of the gap between them.
Yeah. I think she's gonna have to make a mistake for it to be able to do it.
And why?
Yeah.
Let's go to the guy in front. Look at that, Freddy Gary Ramadan, your race winner in Artito. The Indonesian driver has pulled everything out of the bag and wins race 2 of round 3. Slushy Cat follows closely with second place. What a race for her. Damage limitation and everything. Nap on third place. She gave that position back, perhaps. And Key Cyborg now in fourth. V-Rec in fifth. Again, no fuel.
Oh no.
Yeah, he lost fuel, but makes it clear that he's there. Jesus now on 7th place. Felix on 8th. Nito on 9th or 10th, sorry. Suchi on the last place. Sorry, no, not last place. Muhammad Al Ghifari takes the last position. Well, what can you say about that race? I mean, apart from you spinning out and everything, and I mean, that isn't the right setup for you, isn't it?
No.
Any comments from it? What have you taken?
It's bloody. I don't like it. I'm going back to my Roblox games.
Well, there we go as we conclude round 3 of Kyalami circuit. And it's been a pleasure commentating once again as we get back to all the actions here in 2024. I'm hoping for more. Well, hopefully we can get you in the hot box once again anytime soon. Maybe perhaps in the next race.
If I'm not dying inside, perhaps.
Yep, and we'll see that on the next race as we await the next round. I'm actually not sure what the next round is going to be. Let me just go check.
If it's a good track, I'll drive if I can.
Okay, the next round will be in Silverstone.
Ew.
January. Sorry, not January. I mean, it's in January, but I think this is outdated. But I think the next round will be in Silverstone. Until then, we'll see you guys next time.
I think I can do Silverstone. When is it?
I'm not sure.
I've got